Hello. Right, give a few minutes because I know I've got a few people coming over from another stream I was just on. So I'm going to give it about 5 minutes before I start talking. Hi, Leanne, Beth. This is, what is it? Ikis, I think. So in a minute I'm going to be talking about some of the weird things that's happened to me while being into the paranormal over the last 5 years. I've only got one watching. I was 6 watching. No, I've only got one watching. Weird. Hold on a minute. Hi, Charmy. Hi, Ryan. I think people are coming in and jumping back out because I think there's some issues with the live streaming. Bloody pain me on there. Oh, give it a couple of minutes, yeah. I think since YouTube's actually been messing around with all their settings and doing, you know, all this new stuff, they're having like streaming issues and viewing issues, and it's kind of like really annoying because people are actually trying to get in and watch a stream they can't. Hey, Truth Seekers. So a couple of these people were on Taylor's stream just now. And when Taylor comes in, I'll moderate him. Right, so the little topic tonight is about possessions and attacks that I've actually gone through. Now, because, you know, I have actually in the past had many possessions and attacks, it hasn't kind of like made me walk away from the paranormal. You know, many people would probably walk away. I've heard rumours of people doing paranormal for years and they've not in any way been attacked, possessed or anything yet. And all of a sudden when they do get attacked, you know, it kind of like freaks them out. And then they decide that they want to quit. Well, what is the point of doing that for the amount of time you've been doing the paranormal? You know, like possession and attacks is part of paranormal. Now, if you're not ready and willing for something that, what is the hell of doing the paranormal? Do you think you're going to get away without being attacked or possessed while doing the paranormal? No way are you. It's going to happen to you sooner or later. It could be weeks, months, even years before you get some kind of like physical attack or possession. You know, I've had, I think, about 3 possessions. One I can't actually remember too much about, but the first one I'll tell you about is I can't really tell the person's name. So so he might not want his name being mentioned. But I don't know, one of the friends I used to do some outside investigations with said that one of his relatives had a lot of stuff going on at their home, and he invited me to come over. So I went over to his house, and we got ready, and we went down to his relative's house, and let's just start, doing a normal, chat, talking about it, finding out what's going on. And they said that there was supposed to be like some kind of dark entity that roams upstairs mostly, but has been known to be in the kitchen, in the hallway. So the person I went with is known to provoke. Okay, he does provoke. He'll shout and swear at them and other things. Yeah. At that time, I was kind of a more kind of serious person. I didn't like mucking around. I didn't like having a laugh and a joke. When I was doing EVPs or trying to communicate with spirit, I wanted dead quiet. But eventually, later on, he said, "Oh, all spirits, like laughs and jokes. You need to open yourself up and be a bit more fun," which I did do. But anyway, this particular day, we went to his relative's house, and they was telling us all about this stuff here. And more concerning was that they just had, well, they got a baby. I don't know how old the baby was, but I don't think it was 1 or 2 years old. And I was really concerned about the baby. So, we've been doing our EVPs, ghost boxing, all that kind of stuff. And they said about me sitting at the table and trying to communicate with spirit. So I thought, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And, I was a little bit provocative as well. So, okay, come on, motherfucker, you like going upstairs and scaring babies. Why don't you come and, scare me, come and do something to me. And I was really like, giving a few little words. And I don't actually remember it from when it started, but I do remember what they told me, what happened afterwards. Now, what they said was that I'm sitting there on the table, well, not an actual table, but a chair, the table in front of me. I've got like the K2 I think it was. And, this was videoed, but on request at the end of the session, before we left, they said, don't put it on the internet, it's for our records only. And I actually went and lost that particular video on one of my hard drive crashes. So there ain't real much video proof, but I'm being honest with you. So anyway, I'm sitting at the table apparently, and I'm, like cussing at this so-called dark spirit, saying, "Well, you're supposed to be dark, you're supposed to be demonic. Come and fuck with me. Come on, I don't believe you're dark. I think you're just a mischievous little buggy, I think you're probably a child pretending you're a dark, ghostly human kind of thing, And the next minute, I find that I'm on the floor. I'm actually near enough cold out on the floor. And they bring me round. Go, "Steve, you all right? I thought, yeah, what's going on? He goes, "He got you, mate. He got you." The amount of swearing words were coming out of your mouth was unbelievable, he said. You was threatening people. You was threatening to kill people. You was threatening to harm people. I didn't believe what he was telling me. And he's going, "Yeah, Steve, it's out of control, 1 minute, you're okay. Next minute, like something dark has jumped into you and you're cussing, swearing, threatening, you're banging on the table, everything, I thought, shit me not. It's all on video, mate, you can watch it. And I did watch it later, and it was fucking scary, I'll tell you. But before that, I'd actually watched it. The thing booms that he's got a special way of bringing someone out of a procession. And it's not something that a lot of people know to do. But his son done it. And it was bloody painful. And you know, when I was, they actually picked me up on the chair. Then I was doing a special thing to me, yeah. And then, as it's doing it, I went flying back again on the chair and landed back on the floor. Now, I actually broke the chair. Not, you know, badly, you know, it's like bending the leg. It was able to bend the leg back. But, you know, I said, what happened? And he goes, you was possessed, mate. I said, you're joking? He goes, no, you're possessed. I said, well, how long was I possessed, you know, so-called possessed for? And he goes, oh, good 2 or 3 minutes, mate. You know, you was threatening, you was swearing, you was like saying you're going to kill people. You know, you was going to do things to the baby and all that kind of shit, yeah. And when I heard about this, I felt really sick to my stomach. And I think I said to him, if this is going to be like that, I might have to stop the paranormal. He goes, no, you don't want to do that, mate. Because like, if you're out there trying to find the truth, things like that will happen to you. So that is partly one of the things that decided that I would carry on, because if you're going to do the paranormal, crazy things will happen to you. Crazy things will. Oh, actually, hi, Truth. Hang on, I've got to mod him. He modded me, so I'm adding Tyler, Truth Life Paranormal, as a moderator. So welcome to the moderators. So, you know, this is a true story, you know. I'm going to look through my hard drives and see if I've still got the video, but I did lose well over 500 terabytes of video, EVPs, audio, you know, which is a bummer. So I don't think I've got it, but I will try and find it on the other 2 hard drives I've got. Because I've been uploading today some videos, lost files, I call them, which I don't think I actually uploaded when I've done them. So if I find it, I'll put it up. I will upload it as a lost file video. So that was the first one that I can remember. Okay, it was scary. It was freaky. You know, I felt sick to the stomach. I didn't know if I wanted to carry on with the paranormal, but I have, because I'm still here. But it wasn't something I was expecting. You know, for some dark entity to jump into me, possess me, and make me go crazy. There was another time, but I can't remember much about it. Where I had like some kind of possession. I can't remember. I know there was another one, but the third one, which happened 2 years ago, I think it was when I had all my DVR systems sitting up and working. I think I'd done a couple of streams during the week, and I kept saying to the guys, you know, I feel like, you know, the energy has completely changed in you. You know, it feels not positive but negative. I don't think it's that negative that it's going to harm me. You know, I just feel some weird vibes going on. You know, and we've been talking about it. I've done some streams about it. Can't remember what streams I actually done before then, but I've done some streams. And then I was sitting there one day, and I went to the computer. Why, I don't know. And I went into my G+, and I typed something. And it wasn't English. And I know nothing about, what's that? What's that particular subject? Anyway, Latin. I knew nothing about Latin. Okay. But what I'd done was I actually typed something backwards, like a sentence. Then after that, I typed in something Latin. And that was it. And then I just kind of like phased out. You know, I'm sitting here on not this chair, but one chair similar to mine, which I had a couple of years ago. And I have my DVR system running. That's why, you know, people should get DVR systems, because you don't know what you're going to catch up. And then I'm just sitting there, and I've got a lighter, which didn't even bloody well work, which was really weird. This lighter would never ever work, but I picked up this lighter, flicked it, and it came on, and I put it right underneath my hand, and I was burning my hand like that. The flame was actually touching my skin, as I remember. Now the thing was, before I'd done that, one particular guy, Lindsay, saw what I wrote on my G Plus, and he tried contacting me through G Plus, Hangouts. And know when someone trying to contact you, you're getting the phone call. It must have gone off about 10 times. Lindsay would not stop ringing me. All I remember was getting up, going out to the kitchen, coming back, and something just made me pick up the mouse and click answer and sit back down. And he was going, "What's on, bruv? What's on? What's going on?" And I wasn't talking. I went to talk to him. He's asking questions. He goes, "You're right, bruv, you're scaring me. What's going on?" And I'm just sitting there for about 10 minutes or so. Then I get this light and I'm burning underneath my hand. And he was freaking him out. Now, this is what I can remember. The video's on there, so I'm going to be a bit scratchy with all the details. He started doing prayers and prayers and prayers. Stop doing this, brother. I'm going to do prayers. I'm going to send light over to you. And I'm just sitting there burning my hand with this lighter. Then I put the lighter down, and I'm kind of just sitting there. He goes, "Look at me, bruv, look at me." Steve, look at me. And I looked up, and my face, the appearance of my face was completely different, and I just started laughing at him. He goes, "Ain't you, bruv?" He goes, "Stop it, stop it." You go, "I'm going to send prayers. I'm going to have to get other people on here." So he got about 2 or 3 more people on live stream. It's private. It wasn't like live stream as it is now, but on private. There was a female there, which I can't remember her name now. She used to be a good person as well. She started doing prayers. I think Travis came on and started doing prayers. And there's like several people doing prayers. And I'm sitting there like kind of grinning. And it wasn't me that was grinning, And I was saying things like, "Well, you ain't going to get me out of him, you fucking losers, you bunch of wankers." And I was swearing at them. And they ain't like me. And they're doing the prayers and prayers and prayers. And this was going on for, a good couple of hours. And as I was praying, I was like jerking around, and it even felt like I was being levitated. They even said that, I levitated and my back arched. And I thought I was fucking around, when I heard about it. And as I kind of levitated and my back arched, I was still doing these prayers, and suddenly I just kind of clomped down. And I must have been out for about 5-10 seconds. And I just went, "Oh, hello guys, what's going on?" He goes, "Steve, you all right?" I said, "Yeah, why? What's going on?" He goes, "You fuck," he goes, "You've been possessed, mate." I said, "Don't give me that bollocks." He goes, "No, you've been possessed. You've been sitting there with a fucking lighter underneath your hand, burning your hand." I said, "You're joking." He goes, "No, I ain't." So, because it was like, private stream, it wasn't being recorded on YouTube, I thought, "You've been on with me?" He goes, "Yeah, seriously." So I'm turning around, I looked up, and I realised I've got the DVR system. So I went, "Hang on a minute, how long ago was this?" So he told me roughly how long it was, and I went back to my DVR and I rewound it, and I found the exact time where I was sitting there burning my hand. I thought, "Fucking hell, that's man, you're not joking. I went, that's fucking freaky. That's scaring me now. And anyway, he goes, well, we've been sitting here fucking praying for you, man, trying to get you out of it. You was definitely possessed. I thought, fucking hell. Well, I can't even recall doing anything. He goes, not only that, mate, you've put some weird shit on your G+. I said, really? He goes, yeah, you go and look at it. So I went and looked, and I wrote something in English, but backwards. Then I wrote something in Latin. And I said, well, I don't know fucking Latin, but, if I write that English down and, kind of like reverse it, and that, just reading the English, put back to the right content, scared the shit out of me. So, I needed to talk about it, so we done a live stream, and the live stream is actually in the comment below, and there's also the DVR version of me burning my hand down below. The DVR version is smaller, less file. It's like 30 minutes, but the actual conversation live stream where we was talking about it is about an hour and a half. And if you want to know exactly the full story of it, you need to watch the longer one. And like, did that stop me from doing the paranormal? No, because I knew now that, possessions are possible. And not only that, attacks are possible. So I can't remember if that was, I think later, after the possession, I was doing a live stream. I felt really weird, I felt sick. I was like really perspiring, and someone told me to get up and open the window. I wonder what that bloody thing was at the back of me. Then it's a cat's tail. That thing moving around near the curtain is a cat. So I can't remember. I think it was after the possession, doing the stream, and I was feeling sick, perspiring. I felt like I was going to vomit, and someone said, "Go up and open the window." So I got up and opened the window, and as I turned, it felt like someone had just went like that to my back, and I went flying across the room. And I mean, I went flying. I went skating across the floor, stomach, knees on the floor. My head actually stopped about 2 inches away from the door. If it's even more powerful, I could have put a hole for that door, I reckon, with my head. And I'm on the floor for a little while, in a little bit of agony, my knees, my stomach, a few little glazes on my arm. And a few people said, oh, he tripped over, thinking I faked it, but a lot of people said no, because we heard that thump before he even moved, before he went over. So I said, let me see. A bit later, I said, right, let me just see. I want to try and debunk this if I was actually thumped and pushed, or whether I just tripped over the bed. But I know something definitely thumped me on the back. And I can't remember if it was on the same stream or a stream later. I was trying to debunk that, I did not trip over the bed. So if I tripped on the bed, I've either landed on the bed or I'd just fell straight down, and that was it. I wouldn't have gone sliding across the floor like I did. So I tried debunking it, and people said, no, Steve definitely got fucking hit. You heard that thump, you heard that slap, you seen him go skating across that floor. And it wasn't just caught on a DVR, it was also caught on live stream as well. So, I had, again, 2 angles of me, well, 3 actually, because I had the webcam, I had a DVR up there, and the other DVR up there. And I played those back, and you could see I went hardly anywhere near the bed. I was probably about half a foot away from the actual side of the bed. And people still sometimes say, well, maybe you tripped over the bed. I don't fake shit. What happened, happened. There's even been times where I've done streams and, I believe I've spoken to some kind of like evil, not demonic, but evil spirits. And I've woken up and I've had scratches. Not one, two, but three, those three demonic scratches on my arms. I had like a scratch on my neck at one time, and it was like a Z shape. It was like 1, 2, 3. That freaked me out. So I was thinking, fucking hell, I hope they ain't mark a Zozo, because that really looked like a Z. And I was hoping there ain't like an O and a Z and an O at the back of me, and I was looking, and I couldn't find anything. It's just like 3 scratches in the shape of a Z. I've had scratches on my back. I've had scratches on my legs. I've had scratches on my arms, and the one on there. And I think I had a couple of scratches on my cheeks before as well. Has that stopped me? No, because I want to learn the truth as well as most you do out there. When you're doing this, you got to be prepared that things are going to happen. Now, it's always best to do things in a pair or a group. I'm taking a big risk doing it alone. Because if I was ever to do a stream again and I got possessed, who's going to get me out of it? Because Lindsay ain't on as much now. Will I get possessed again? I don't know. It's a possibility. Will I be attacked again? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll get attacked, but the attacks I can handle. But possession, I could be possessed for days and not even know about it. If it's like an evil spirit, they're going to need energy to possess you. And if there's no energy being generated, then they're going to have to let go of you, which I do believe, unless they're a very, very strong energy spirit, and, there's a lot of energy around that they can take from other spirit people, then they could actually possess you for hours, days, weeks, months. It could even be that type of possession, like, the Exorcist movies. Now, I think some of those are like, I know they're based on true stories, but, they kind of like over-exaggerate, I think, on some of them, It's like hauntings. When they say this is the most haunted place in the UK or the most haunted place in America or Italy, France, they kind of over-exaggerate. And possessions, I don't think it's like an over-exaggeration, but I know it can happen because it's happened to me 3 times. But when they say that a person's been like possessed for like weeks on end, I don't think that's 100% truthful, because even as whatever's inside them needs to rebuild their own energy. So that I'm damn well sure that they have to release that person, even if it's only for a short amount of time, to rebuild their own energy to get enough to jump back in them. Like even on the real movies, where they've had true stories, you can see the possessed people are going crazy one minute, and suddenly they've kind of been released and are back to normal for a short amount of time, and suddenly like possessed again. And that's how I think it happens. It's not where someone is going to be possessed, indefinite, and that spirit's going to be building and regaining his energy from you. That ain't going to happen. It needs to release itself to regain its own energy, whether being through fear from other people that may live in your home or their home, maybe energy from other spirits that may be dwelling, energy from like, electrical sources or whatever. You're not going to get a possession where it's going to be lasting more than 2 days, I don't think, before it has to release you so it can come back and get you again after it regains its energy. No, possessions is scary, I tell you. Fucking scary. And yeah, I've all, I thought about quitting. But as I said, like, if we're out there trying to learn about the truth on what happens to when we die, and we're trying to get that knowledge, information to share with other people, and if you do see like the full-blown apparition or a shadow person or whatever, we're getting that information and we're documenting it. I don't document in a paper and pencil like I should do. I've always said I would do, but I never do. That's why I do it on video, because then video is there. It's real life. You can see what's happening. A piece of paper can get accidentally thrown away or get waterlogged if something had a leak in your house and got flooded, or if your house caught on fire, the paper's going to burn. Best documentation is your mind, your memory, and video. And because you can't put video evidence on and keep it on camera all the time, unless you have like 10,000 cameras knocking around, the only way you're going to keep that evidence is on hard drive, which I did do, but as I say, I had 2 hard drive crashes and it wiped out 5 terabytes of hard drive, videos, audios, EVPs, photos, everything. I still have probably about 2 terabytes of stuff. But that's why I always upload my stuff on YouTube now, because even if it may not even if it may not be that interesting and people think it's boring, that's up to them. But as long as it's there for me to go back on and watch and download if I need to download it, then I can do that. Because you don't know when hard drives are going to crash out. I say hard drives are supposed to have like a 5-year warranty on some of them. You're lucky you get a year warranty. You're lucky the hard drive works the whole year. And what happens when it crashes out? You're going to lose all the data anyway. So unless you want to keep changing hard drives, putting it on one hard drive, then like 9 months later transfer it onto another brand new hard drive and keep doing it that way. Unless you're not using the hard drive every single day, because you could put it on like a hard drive and just put the hard drive in a storage and only get it out when you need to. Because I think more and more times you keep using it, less time you're going to be able to use it, and it's going to go down and crash quicker. So you're only going to like use that hard drive like 3 or 5 times within the year, then I think that'd be okay. But hard drives ain't cheap, Talking about £60-70 for like a terabyte, still decent terabyte hard drive. So documenting, whatever is a must. Whether it brings something, crazy ass or, something funny. I've had some stuff which happened in here, which has been, hilarious. I've had some fun stuff here. The only thing you can't document is like stuff when, things you can't see. Like, I've been woken up by a kiss on the cheek. I've been touched. I've been like, my hair keeps getting straight back. Although you don't see it, you can feel it. Now you can't actually video that and document that because if you can't see it, you're just looking at nothing really. There has been some other scary stuff which I did mention on one of my streams a few weeks ago. My mate David used to like come round my house and wake me up by shaking the bed violently, and he died, about 30 years ago. I think it's 20, between 20 and 30 years ago. And I went to his funeral and stuff like that. And when I was made homeless I was put into temporary accommodation over at Croydon. But I had to leave that place because I broke my bloody leg in a cemetery, didn't I? Yes, I did. While I was walking around with it broken for 2 months until the hospital realised they'd done a fuck up on the x-ray and then actually put a plaster on me. I couldn't walk up and down the stairs in that hotel, so they moved me over to Hall Place. And I can't remember if it's before the book or after the book situation. But I'd done a Ouija board and, you know, like I normally do, I thought I'd close it down properly. That's no way. Now I always say goodbye 4 times and I make sure I close the Ouija board down. And that sometimes don't even may not work. You know, you think you close it down properly and you may have not done. But anyway, I think I'd done the Ouija board and I can't remember if it was that night or a night later. I was sleeping and my bed started shaking. And it was shaking really hard. I thought I woke up wondering what the fuck it was happening. And as I woke up, it stopped. And I thought I must have been dreaming or something, yeah. So I lay back down, went back to sleep, and it must have been about half an hour or so later. It started shaking really hard again. So I'm waking up again, you know, this time I'm getting a bit scared and nervous. I'm thinking it might be a fucking earthquake or something. I thought, well, what the fuck's going on? You know, is it an earthquake or is it a spirit? You know, or what? You know, so I said, well, if it's a spirit, you know, you need to stop. You know, I'm trying to sleep. You've got to leave me alone. I need to rebuild my energy for when I'm next talk to you guys. You know, leave me alone. So I'm laying there for a little while, just like looking around. Couldn't see or hear nothing. So I went to sleep again. And again, a third time it happened. And this time it was more fucking violent. And I mean more violent. And it scared the shit out of me. Now, the thing was, that bed was a brand new bed, which I'd only had a couple of days, which the council had bought me. Because when I moved into the second temporary accommodation, there weren't no beds, so they had to give me a bed. First couple of nights, I was sleeping on the floor. So anyway, to say the third time was really, really like worse, and it scared the fuck out of me. So I woke up, and as I woke up, I could still feel the bed shaking. And I just went, right, you fuckers. I went, I don't give a fuck who you are. I said, you do this again, I'm going to get this fucking Bible. I'm going to get the holy water, and I'm going to fucking bless this house left, right, and centre. And I'm going to get rid of every one of you motherfuckers. And I'm going to get shit if you're good, bad, or what. You're all going to fucking leave. So I'm telling you now, no more. So it happens again. That's what's going to happen. So I lay there, went back to sleep. Nothing else happened. You know, the energy felt different then. Because when the beds were shaking, you know, it felt like the actual atmosphere wasn't dark. It kind of gloomy, you know, kind of thing, like hazy. And, you know, it was a little bit hard to breathe as well, but, you know, you could breathe. It wasn't like on some occasions where I've said, like, you know, it feels like I've got a big pressure on my chest. I can't breathe, and I've got to go out and get some air, which I've had done in the past. But it wasn't like that, you know. Once I actually, you know, I threatened them, it kind of stopped, and the atmosphere kind of like changed. So a couple of nights later, I decided to do a Ouija board again. And this time I went, right, who the fuck was that who shot my bed? I want to know now. And the plunger started moving, and he went, it was David. I went, David who? And he went, Mosses. I went, is David here now? Yes, I'm here talking to you now. I thought, you fucker. And he kind of like spell out, laugh out loud, chuckle, just messing with you. I went, you know you scared the fuck out of me. I said, I'll tell you one thing, you ever do this again, when I die, I'm going to come and kick your fucking ass, and I mean it. And he spell out and laugh out loud again. He goes, sorry, won't do it again, honest. Just trying to let you know I'm here. Trying to say hello. And I realised, after I finished the Ouija board and I closed it down, yeah, it was David, because that's the only way, and that's the only thing that would work to wake me up when he was alive. Because he used to come around my house and he used to shake my bed when I'm on there sleeping. Sometimes he'd lean his hands on my chest and I'm like that, up and down on the bed, shaking up and down. I'm surprised he didn't fucking crush my ribs or something, And he'd done that because he just wanted to go out for a ride. Go down the motorway, have a cup of tea or coffee or sandwich or something. He couldn't be bothered to make it home. He came in the car and because I used to work different shifts than he did, because I used to work in injection molding. And when I'm sleeping, he used to knock on my back door. Mum used to let him in, or my dad or my sister. And they used to, he used to come up and shake the fuck out of me to wake me up. And so, come, you lazy cunt, we're going out. Get your clothes on, we're going down the motorway. I went, you fucker, And a couple of times he's done that. And it weren't just anytime you want to go down the motorway or, have a cup of tea or coffee, anytime you want to go for a drive and I was sleeping, he used to come around and fucking shake me crazy. So then I knew it was definitely 100% it was him. And that was fucking scary, I'll tell you. It was really, really scary. But he'd done it in a playful kind of manner, He was hoping that it wouldn't affect me in the way it did. He thought the first time he might wake me up and try to communicate with me, speak to me, like an actual disembodied voice or something. Maybe he didn't have the power after he shocked me that badly to say hello or try to manifest or something, But that was fucking scary. Even the thump on the back of the time, here was scary. The book one was in the same, when I was in the same location in Mitcham, temp accommodation. I think it was before the bed shaking occurrence. I went to work in a charity shop, and first thing I'd done was to clean their windows, which I'd done a pretty good job of. So they had some of the old decorations still on. And then after I'd done that, I'd done a little bit of tidying up. Then she asked me to go and do some book sorting out. And as I was sorting the books out, I found one book called The Encyclopedia of Ghosts and Hauntings. I thought, wow, that's great. And I swear on this, I still got the book. I've even done a stream on this as well. As soon as I put that book up, picked the book up, I went violently ill. I suddenly felt sick. I was perspiring like crazy. I had a headache. I felt nauseous. I went to the bathroom and puked up. I had diarrhea. I lost so much fluid there. I thought I was going to fucking die, But anyway, I managed to pull myself together, build up enough energy, and said, I've got to go. I'm not well. She goes, yeah, I can see you're not well. I said, I'll take the book anyway, and I gave her £1 for the book. And I took the book home, not knowing it was a book that may have had some kind of spiritual energy attached to it. Now, I'm not saying that it was a bad spirit or a good spirit, because it might have been a good spirit trying to talk to me or communicate with me, and gave me that horrible sickness. It could have been a bad one, I don't know, but I was sick for 2 days solid. Anytime I tried to eat, I was puking up again. I thought I was fucking dying. But after the second, on the third day, somehow I was able to build up enough energy, and I thought, fuck it, I've got to go to the church. Now there's a church up the road from where I was. 3 minutes walk. That was it, 3 minutes walk. And, I've got some clothes on, got my keys, and I went out, and I took a bottle of water with me. And I was like walking up there, like pigeon steps. It took me about 15 minutes to get to the church because I was still fucking ill. You know, I managed to get in the church, and the vicar saw me and goes, "You all right, mate?" I said, "No." I said, can you give me a blessing?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "Why? What's the matter?" "Well, I don't know." I said, I think I'm got some kind of attachment or something on me, something dark. And he didn't make head to tails out what I was saying at first. So he goes, "Yeah, okay." And he done a blessing over me, which took about 5 minutes. And after he'd done it, I started feeling really better, you know. It felt like, it's hard to explain really. It felt like there was a dark presence inside me. And as he was like blessing me, this dark presence was like being drawn out. And it's like moving away from me. It's coming out of my body and moving away from me. And as he finished, you know, I asked, well, you know, can't believe it. I was like, I'm feeling like 70% better. Not 100% because I was like still weak. And I said to him, "Thank you. You know, I'm feeling better now." I said, "Can you bless this water?" So he goes, "Yeah." So he blessed the water. I goes, "What do you think happened?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I'm into the paranormal and I picked up this book on ghosts and hauntings." I said, "Do you think the book could have been possessed? Do you think it could have some kind of dark attachment to it?" He goes, "It's possible for anything to happen." And he goes, "You know, there is good and bad. You know, you got the God, you got the devil, you got demons and angels. So, you know, it's a possibility that that book had some kind of like negative attachment that could have made you ill." So, you know, I said, "Thank you very much." And I left. And, you know, I had a Bible indoors. He actually offered me a Bible, but I said, "No, Mike, I think got a Bible." He goes, "Well, when you get home, do some prayers, you know." So I said, "Yeah, I'm kind of, don't you worry about that. You know, I'm even going to bless my house." He goes, "Oh, do you know how to do that?" I said, "Yeah, I've seen it, I've read it up, you know." I was be careful because like, if there was something dark and, you know, demonic there, you could piss them off and, you know, it could get worse. So I said, "Well, I see, you know, if I feel it's like, you know, still there when I've done it, then I'll come and talk to you. Maybe you can go and do a house blessing." He goes, "Yeah, okay." So I went home, back to my little apartment, and I walked in. I went, "Right, you motherfucker. Now it's my turn." And I've got the water, I've got the Bible, and I started sprinkling water all over the apartment. It's only one like room. You've got like your bedroom and your kitchen, your dining in one fucking room. Lucky the bathroom's separate. But I've got the holy water. I was throwing it all around the place. I was doing crosses on the doors and the windows. And I was doing the Lord's Prayer. And I was doing several prayers, which I knew of anyway. And then I looked at the book and I said, "Right, your turn next." And I've got the water and I threw water over it. And I've done the sign of cross on it and I fucking started doing prayers on it. Now, before I went to the church, you know, you could feel that the room was dark, gloomy, you know. You could feel a really horrible presence in there. But when I came home and I started doing the prayers and fucking throwing holy water, the presence suddenly just like disappeared, you know, the whole darkness and gloominess suddenly like just went and you could feel the light, you know. I thought, whoa, if I actually just cleansed my own fucking place, if I just got rid of something dark and demonic here. And like after that day, I was like perfect. I wasn't sick. I was able to eat. I was able to drink. I'd go to the toilet, you know, properly when I needed to. I wasn't having diarrhea. I wasn't throwing up or nothing. So you know, it's thanks to the priest for blessing me and blessing the water, and it's thanks to God in one way in letting me know what prayers to say to fucking do my own house cleansing. And we, since then I have actually been to some locations and done some home investigations, residential, and done some home cleansings and got rid of whatever was there. But since then, since that time, that possession and the punch on the back was here, not in the old location. And there's been times, as I say, I've been scratched. The Z, I don't know who or what done that. It must have been some dark entity that, put the scratch of a Z on my neck. Someone, I remember someone saying, "Do you think it was Zozo?" I said, "No, Zozo, give me a break." And I remember saying to people, Zozo wasn't even discussed, or the name wasn't even mentioned until the 16th century, between the 16th and 17th century, because I actually done a little bit of research on it. Not I'm going to be sitting there and fucking researching every single demonic demon out there. I was just interested in finding out when Zozo was actually first spoken about. And it was between 16th 17th century. And then for the next couple of hundred years, there were the odd rumour, maybe it might have been Zozo, but not like it is now today. Oh, I'm talking on the Ouija board, I spoke to Zozo, I can't see how people would turn around and say they've been talking to Zozo. He is one of the highest demonic demons out there. Maybe they're talking to a demonic demon out there, which might pretend to be Zozo, to scare the fucking heebie-jeebies out of people. But no, Zozo, I think, is a very evil, demonic demon that will only attack certain vulnerable people when he needs to. No one is going to sit there doing a Ouija board and contact Zozo straight away. I don't believe that. There's other demons out there that probably want to talk to you and attack you and possess you. I'm a bit skeptical about demons right now still, I do put it this way, I do believe that there are demons out there, but to actually see or confront one, it's going to be like once in a lifetime, maybe. And they're going to probably attack the people who are more vulnerable, more weak. I don't think they're going to start attacking paranormal investigators. They've got better people to go and fucking sort out, I suppose. We are probably, there are demons out there, but not as bad as him. But they like to act bad, I was watching some of the most haunting episodes today and last night about demons. And some of them are fucking scary ass motherfuckers, I tell you. And they can open big portals. But they're not as strong as Zozo is. And Zozo is going to be one demon who you ain't going to be able to communicate with, I don't think. He would come to you when he's good ready. When you're trying to communicate with him, he's not going to fucking say, "Wait a minute, I've got to stop possession here. I'm going to go and sort this one out first, then that one, kind of thing." Yeah. There's been TV shows where they say, confronting the demon is like a very, very rare thing. Very, very rare. You're probably going to, if anything happens, you're going to communicate with a dark entity, like a very pissed off spirit. Not a dark, demonic kind of being. nothing from another dimension. Well, I say nothing from another dimension. There's a possibility that there could be other dimensions where, you know, these other weird, evil creatures could be coming from. But it's more of a very rare occurrence. They never happen, you know. Now, I've spoken to my spirit and said, will I ever confront a demon? Yes, you will. When? We can't say, but you will. Well, will I be able to defeat it? Yeah, with God's help. You're going to have, you know, people there with you who knows, like, you know, religion. You may even have a priest there, and he's going to, like, pray and get rid of it. But, you know, spirits say things to make you feel comfortable, you know, so you're not too scared. And some will give you, like, you know, a lot of bullshit, so you are getting scared. And once they know you're scared, they're going to feed off that fear and give you more lies and try to scare you. And once they scared you, nothing got enough fear from you, then they're going to, like, do shit, you know, like bangs, knocks, rattles, taps, whatever. But I know I said in one of my videos, when people, you know, come in contact with these weird noises, you know, because they hear a knock or a tap or a rattle, they think there's houses haunted. They don't look to see what's actually causing it. They don't try debunking it. They don't go and find out if they got a loose radiator or a loose pipe. They don't find out if they got any rodents in their houses. Cold spots, they don't check out if their central heating's, like, got a fault with it. Shadows could be anything, you know, it could be a car going past or someone walking past the hallway door, living room door, whatever. And they think there's someone there and they don't ask who's just gone past. No, a lot of people will tend to, like, think their houses are. Hang on, let's say again. A lot of people may think their houses are haunted, but they're not. There's always a reason for these noises. But there is a possibility that a house could be haunted. So it's like, if you start hearing knocks, bangs, rattles, then you need to, like, go and try to find out where these knocks, bangs, and rattles are coming from. Now, if you're indoors by yourself and you hear footsteps in the hallway or walking across the floorboards, then yeah, then you've got something to worry about. But then, is it a spirit or is it someone that's broken in? Now, what would you do? Well, I would go armed with two things. One is a Bible, and I'll grab a fucking carving knife out of the kitchen. Now, I ain't got no stairs, but if I had stairs and I were hearing footsteps upstairs, I'd go up there and I'll be reading the Bible and I'll have a knife with me. Because if it isn't something like spiritual, whether it being a ghost, entity, demon, or whatever, and it's a human being who's broken into your house, at least you can, like, defend yourself. Now, a knife ain't going to help, you know, fighting off a ghost, spirit, demon, or whatever. But you don't know until you actually go up there. Now, if you've got a security system with, like, alarms and stuff like that, and you're hearing, like, noises and bangs and things going crazy upstairs, and you're the only one in, yeah, then it's probably is something spiritual. And the knife ain't going to help you. But the Bible will. You're armed with a Bible and some holy water and some blessed salt. That's going to determine. They're going to fucking think, hey, don't fuck with me. I'm going. Boom. And they'll probably leave. But some of them, you know, you're threatening them with the Bible, you know, verses and blessed water and salt. You might piss them off even more. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. No, if you're, because, like, if you're not a paranormal investigator and you're just, like, a normal individual, and, like, you know, what you've seen on TV, I've heard all these knocks and bangs, blah, blah, blah. But I think I'll go upstairs with a Bible and blessed water and start blessing my house. I wouldn't do it. because you've seen someone do it on TV, don't mean that if you're going to do it, it's going to work. You could piss them off even more, and you're going to get a lot more activity. So the best step for you to do is go and seek help from a church or a paranormal investigating group, and they will help to deal with it. But, I've had some weird shit happen here. That full black, well, near enough full black, it's only because the damn cameras went offline and came back online and didn't reset itself properly. Near enough full blown, just that we didn't see the head bit in the living room. Full blown black apparition, which, thanks to Perry, done a frame by frame screenshot, and you can see it appearing as a misty foggy figure, and suddenly it appears into a full blown thick black dark apparition. It moves one or two steps, then it starts to go back into this black thick foggy mist thing, and goes towards the door and suddenly just disappears. That's freaky. Now, although I've had that in my living room and I've got video proof of it, although it scared me, after a day or two thinking about it, I'm thinking, why should I be scared? No, that's the kind of shit I want to capture. That's the proof. That's the kind of stuff that people want to see. But then people will probably say, well, that's a video editing. It's like a lot of bullshit, but no, because how can it be video editing when it's live on camera, on live stream? You can't fucking fake something when it's live streaming. And I'm in here and the apparition's in the living room. Because those people who have been watching me a very long time remember we was doing the murder mystery and unsolved cases, and we was communicating with Alicia Lamb, Sandra Blaine, Black Dahlia, and Christ knows who else, which we may have believed in speaking to. And I think it's Sandra Blaine, or the black girl, who was arrested and put in prison and ended up being killed inside there, and they'd done a cover-up. And when I was talking to her on the Ouija board, if it was her, she actually said, thank you for listening to my story, and be prepared, you will see something. And within a few days after talking to her, that's when we saw that black apparition. I'm not saying it was Sandra Blaine or fucking Elizabeth Tate or Alicia Lamb, but we must have built up a fucking big amount of energy for that to appear in my living room. And it wasn't faked because I was here. It was caught with my fucking webcam. Because my live stream, I was actually screen sharing my DVR system at the time. So, it was YouTube that actually caught the evidence. So if I saw a black thing behind me, must admit I've got the TV on, so you're seeing reflections. And then how about the one in the kitchen? The orb that came from the microwave went across the kitchen and suddenly expanded. It just kind of blew up, expanded like that. And it's like a white apparition of a childlike size figure. That wasn't fake. And then how about the time when, again, Perry was on my hangout and we was doing a stream, and I was just about, I said, guys, I've got to go and make myself a cup of coffee. And I said, all right, and I got up. I went to go to the door, but then I realised I ain't got my cup. But as I got to the door, something on the other side of the door ran down the hallway and went through one of the doors in the hallway. I think it's the kitchen door. And as it happened, I got my cup and I was going out, and I could hear Perry. Did you see that? Did you see that? I thought, what's he going on about? When I came back, I said, what are you going on about? Did you see that? He goes, did you see what we saw? I said, no. He goes, yeah, a little childlike figure running down your way. Just you was getting up to go out to make your coffee. A little girl ran down your way. And I looked at it, and it's like the outline of a little girl running down the hallway. So that was kind of crazy as well, you know. So, you know, although I put like, you know, possessions and attacks, there's been some crazy stuff going in here, you know, like the time when I was in the living room doing the live streaming there with me laptop, and a golf ball was thrown at me. The golf ball was on a cupboard near the living room door. I'm on the other side of the room when a golf ball actually gets thrown at me, which was crazy. A couple of years ago, computer mouse, sitting on the table in front of me, actually levitates and gets thrown at my chest. That was cool on live stream. What else was cool on live stream? The two dolls in the kitchen. One fell down. They were sitting up. They've been sitting up for hours, and then the thump, because the audio camera, well, the camera doesn't pick up audio by me. Audio recorder in there, plugged into my speaker in here, so we could hear what's going on in the kitchen. We heard that thump. And what the fuck was that? And I played back the kitchen video slightly, and you see one of the dolls that have been sitting there for a bloody long time suddenly just boom, went down, fell down. And I played it back to everyone, and that's what I fucking else do. That's crazy. So I've gone out there, I put the doll back up, sat her up. I'm jumping around, I'm banging, tapping, making sure that no vibration would knock the doll down again. And then what happens about half an hour or so later? Another bump. This time it's a bit louder. And I've looked on the DVR and the doll's gone down again. The same fucking doll. And I've still got that doll. I had her in here the other night, and she was giving me crazy K2 meter hits. But like Tyler said, you know, K2 meter hits don't really make it paranormal, because it could be any kind of EMF that the K2 meter could be picking up. But would I agree with that? I do believe that doll was kind of active that night, because the millimeter was going crazy, the K2 meter was going crazy, all three K2 meters were going crazy. I think I had a REM pod on as well, I'm not sure, or a DC box. I know I had other gear which was going off. So what else has gone crazy in here? Partial manifestations. That floating arm coming from in front of me. It jumps onto the bed. Oh no, there's two actually. One came from the mirror over there. Oh, my God, hiccups. One come from over there. It jumped on the bed. It moved off the bed, went on the floor, and jumped up, covered that like bookshelf over there. It just, and that looked more like a leg, right? But a few weeks later, I think it was, we saw another partial manifestation, but this time it looked like arm, and it came from the wall, flew across the room, went over towards the bookcase and disappeared. So yeah, I've had some crazy fucking shit happening here. And, you know, do I deserve this crazy shit? I think so, yeah, because I've been doing this 5 years, and I believe I've been helping a fucking lot of spirits to cross over. Now, how do we know that we're helping them cross over into the light? Well, we're not doing something to help them cross over, then where are they going? you know, where's all those hundreds, maybe 1,000 spirits gone that have been here? And, you know, if I crossed them over, they'd still be here. This house would probably be rocking and rolling by now. Lights would be flashing on and off, you know. TV's going on and well, actually, last night the TV went on, didn't it? Flicked on by itself. Lights go crazy, bangs, knocks, taps, rattles, things moving around, footsteps. I knew the footsteps in there, didn't I? Yeah, because I remember doing the EVP. Yeah, last night on the EVP session, I said, look, you can hear footsteps. And the weirdest thing is, like, you know, mine, well, the only thing that isn't carpeted is the hallway and the kitchen. And the bathroom. This is carpeted in here, but it's only a thin carpet. And the living room's carpeted with the same kind of carpet. So where were these footsteps coming from? I don't know. It weren't from upstairs because they would have been a lot louder because she's got big heavy feet. So, you know, we've had some really interesting, weird, crazy shit happen here. I've had 3 possessions. And thankfully, you know, for Lindsay and a couple of other people working me out on a live hangout. And if you want to watch that, it's down there, just below the comment bit. You know, you got the short version of the DVR where I'm sitting there with a light underneath my head and just doing weird shit. Then you've got the hangout version where I'm talking to Lindsay, Travis, Abby, and I think a few other people were there. Now, going back to that one though, yeah, that particular possession, well, I put that stuff on the internet on my G+. Where I wrote something in English backwards, when we reversed it, it said something, yeah? And what we did, we done a quick Google search on what it meant. And it led to one of the most dangerous sites on the internet, which I never knew anything about. It's got so much crazy shit in there. It's got about devils, demons, God, UFOs, political, dimensions, space, universes, occults, fucking shitloads of whatever this website is has been worked on for a very long time. And, you know, it's got God knows how much shit on there about different occults. And it's all encoded. And Simon James decided to try to encode some of the code. Now, he sat there quiet for about an hour looking through a certain page. He just picked one page. He read what was on there and he said, well, yeah, I think I know how this works out. So he picked one particular part of the code because he's like A for numbers and what's those other ones like symbols and shit like that, you know. So it gone quiet for an hour. Then it came back and goes, right, I think I decrypted half of this. Well, some of this particular paragraph. And he read it out. But as he's reading it out, he said, the thing is, even though I've decrypted some of it, that decrypted part I've decrypted has then got more code in it. So it's like code inside of a code inside of the code inside of the code. And it can be continuous. And it's really weird, fucking crazy shit. And, you know, there's been a few forums that I was able to find. And a lot of people said this is the most dangerous site on here. You know, anyone who ever found it, who knew about, you know, encryption codes, would probably find it interesting, but I reckon after a while it'd drive them in fucking insane. There was thousands of pages there, and I mean thousands of pages. And, you know, no good ask me to give you the link because I won't give you that fucking link for one thing. Because two, I can't remember what the link is. There's a certain way that he was able to find it. And there's even been YouTube videos on it, yeah, which eventually got taken down because people complained that they was feeling sick, nauseous, making their life go upside down, you know, because I was watching the videos on how to try to decrypt these codes and trying to understand what this website's all about, and a few videos got taken down over it. And I never knew about the website until I think it was either Simon or Rusty Reporter did a quick Google search on the meaning of the word I wrote down, and fucking said, well, you know, this is crazy. I was with, what's crazy? He goes, this website. I said, what website? He goes, I don't know, I want to show you because I, you know, yeah, fuck you right out. I go, no, you tell me. So they had to tell me because, you know, if I hadn't wrote it down, they wouldn't have found it anyway. So they gave me a link and they said, what do you do, Steve? Promise me you won't fucking try decoding or decrypting anything. When I looked at it, I said, you think I'm going to try to decode and decrypt that shit? You got to be joking. I can't even, you know, fucking decrypt Morse code than anything else. And this site is like 100 times worse than Morse code, I tell you. So what made me write whatever I wrote and whatever made me partially possessed that day, I do not know. Well, I say partially, it actually did make me kind of possessed. So why would I be sitting there fucking writing that shit on the internet on my G+? Why would I be sitting there with a lighter under my hand trying to burn it? And the weirdest thing is, you know, look, if I was to get a lighter now, this one, I wouldn't be able to like that. I can feel it. I can feel the heat now. Right. Now let's just pretend that that is still lit. That flame was right under my hand. That close. Now, you know, even if I put some fluid on there, which I never did, I swear on it, I never did. But I'm just saying, if I did, yeah, with the flame, that would have like burnt that away within seconds. My lighter, and then even on that short video, my DVR one, you can see that I just got the light and I went and I put it right under my hand, and I was doing that for a good couple of minutes. I was just doing that back and forwards, going in a circle, and that's how far it was like that. And the weirdest thing was that light never worked until that time. And even after the video, I said, are you sure it's this light? And I'm trying to flick it, and it wasn't lighting up. And then, like, after about 8 or 10 attempts, then it'd light up. Then I'll stop it, then I'll try flicking it again, it wouldn't light up. And I tried again about a minute later, then it lit up. So it's a very temperamental lighter. Right? So I'm not reading chat. So I'll get kind of like distracted and I can't think what I'm talking about. Well, I'm talking like shit anyway, but probably people will think I'm talking shit, but you don't know what kind of shit has happened here. And it scared me, yeah, it scared me. But the weirdest thing is, although I had that light under my hand for a good couple of minutes, Lindsay said, you know, how's your hand? I said, perfect. I put my hand on, I showed him, there were no burn marks, there were no blisters. And sometimes when you try to burn something, you get that black kind of like stain on your hand or whatever, you know, like whatever it is. No blackness on my hand, no redness, no blisters, no burn marks whatsoever. Was that because of the possession I was going through? Yeah, I think so. Because if I wasn't being possessed, if that hadn't happened, and I just like occasionally thought, well, fuck, I'm going to put this under my hand tonight and do it, I'd have a blister there within seconds. I've been fucking so much pain. I'll be screaming and running out to the bathroom and putting cold water in my hand and getting ice None of that happened. I didn't feel no pain, nothing. Which was fucking weird. That alone scared me. So, like, you know, being possessed, burning my hand, writing that shit on the internet, find that goes to one of the most dangerous websites on the internet, written by God knows how many different people. For, you know, it's got all about ghosts, spirits, demons, devils, spirits, angels, God, Jesus, you know, all different kind of paranormal stuff, UFOs, Area 51, different things about the universe, all the stuff like, you know, birth signs, gods, goddesses, Yeti, Honorable Snowman, fucking anything and everything, you know, which is crazy, is on that fucking website. No, I'm still sometimes tempted to go and check it out. No, not to sit there and try to decipher it, but see if anything else is on there. Because it goes to one web page, and you have to click on a certain thing on that page to get into like a menu structure. And then on the menu structure, you click either a letter or a number, and it goes onto a website, another web page, and in that web page, you've got web pages after web pages after web page. So if it's like a topic on like a demon, for instance, yeah, if you know how to decode it, it'll tell you everything about the demon, where it come from, how long it's been known as the demon, why is it called that particular name, and then it goes through so many different pages, and at the end of the page, it gives you like another kind of like clue to click on to another page about another demon or something else. You know, it's fucking weird shit. But so, you know, well, if you've gone through all this shit, why continue doing it? You know, is that not enough proof? No, it ain't. I want to know why we come back. There's never really been an answer to saying why do we come back as a ghost or a spirit. What is on the other side? You know, what is the light? Is the white light really a doorway or portal to heaven? Why do we advise ghosts and spirits to go into the light? For all we know, that light could lead to fucking hell. We could be sending every spirit that we think the white light is, you know, leading to heaven, could be leading to hell. And a dark light could be leading to heaven and not to hell. And, you know, we've been lied to by spirits time to time. Now, in my own way, I do believe the light does lead to heaven, and the dark, you know, does go to hell. But what happens when you see other kind of lights? Like, you know, I've seen like red flashes. Where do they go? Does that go to like hell? How about green and yellow flashes I've seen? Where do they go? Are they like flashes of portals where they go to different parallel universes or different dimensions or something? I don't know. How do we know we're even talking to a ghost or a spirit? How do we know that we're not opening a portal to a dimension which has got some kind of intelligent life form that can come through and read our mind and give the answers to the questions we're asking? That's a possibility. No, we're all doing what we can to investigate. No, if you're going to hear a bang right now, what the fuck was that, you know? Could have been a neighbour, could have been someone out in the hallway, you know, outside my front door hallway. Could have been something that fell from the cupboard in the hallway, or could have been something that fell in the living room or behind me, you know, depending where the bang come from. Now we need to try to like figure out what happened. Was it just like sitting on something and it's like unbalanced and a slight vibration made it fall down? And we go and try to debunk that. And if we try to do it, so like, you know, you put it on a, like, let's say it's on top of a box and you put it on another box and you pull it to the edge and you start jumping up and down trying to make that vibration and it doesn't fall. And what made it fall if it ain't vibration? Was it a spirit? Possible. Was it a demon? Possible. Was it some kind of other intelligent life form? Possible. Could have been a rodent, a rat, mouse, scuttling around. But it depends on how heavy the box was. It could have been a cat or a dog. Depends on where you live, you know. If you live in America, it could be like a fucking porcupine or one of those rugrats or whatever they're fucking called. No, we do need to try to debunk things, like, you know, and I try to do that here time to time. You know, if I hear something, I think, oh, what was that noise? You know, something fell the other night. We all heard it. And I got up and tried to debunk what it was. And I couldn't replicate it. So was that something paranormal? Possible? Can't prove it was, can't prove it wasn't. But whatever it was, made it fall. I think I even tried putting it up and, you know, making it vibrate, and it didn't work. About the TV last night. When that went on, okay, I picked the remote control up. And I played it back on YouTube, screen shared it, so we put the remote control up, but I picked it up in the middle, like so. Remote control on and off buttons up there at the top. You know, and if I try to stretch my finger when I pick it up in the middle, my finger's not long enough to get to that button. And when I put it down, must have been about 6-7 seconds, and the TV came on. Now, I tried to debunk it by pushing the button on remote control and turn the TV on. This remote control is fucking useless. Sometimes it takes me about 10 attempts to get the TV turned on, as you saw last night. And when I do get it turned on, it takes about 4, maybe 5 seconds for the TV to actually turn on. Now, I'd actually put this down. Now, after, you know, when I took it over, if I pushed the button by mistake, which I know I didn't do, let's say if I push the button now, within 4 seconds, 5 seconds, including the time putting it down, that TV should have been turned on. So when I put the remote control down, that TV should have turned on within 2 seconds. But it didn't. It took about 6 seconds after I put the remote control down, then the TV turned on. Now, also, remember, during the live stream last night, I was saying, oh, come on, spirits, you know, if you're fucking around, do something, you know, do something amazing or whatever, you know. Turn the TV on, you know, fucking turn the lights on. Bang on something, tap on something, rattle the door, you know, do something, you know, just to let us know you're fucking around, you know. Stop fucking with those. Do something else. And what happens later? The TV turns on. What's your spirit? I can't say if it was or not. But I debunked that it was not me. You saw me pick the remote control up from the middle and pull it down. It's flat on the table when I put it down. And when I put it down, it was probably about 5-6 seconds before the TV turned on. Now, I've done everything I could think about doing it. You know, even if I had picked it up and accidentally pushed the button, time I picked it up, pushed the button, that would have been, well, the TV would have turned on just as I'm putting the remote control down. But it didn't. The TV didn't come on for about, as I say, 5 or 6 seconds after I put the TV down. And I'm sitting back and you can see my hands. So, some people would say, oh, that's Steve, you know, he, you know, faked it, you know, somehow. I've only got one control for this TV. I've got one for the other TV, but that's over there somewhere. I think it's fallen down the back of the sideboard, actually. Now, this TV, this remote control will work on both of the TVs, which is really weird. But that remote control for the other TV will not work on this one. So that's why I mean it's weird. Now, I tried debunking that last night, and I don't know. Now, I tried debunking many things, even when my DVR system was working. You know, that's why I put the GoFundMe up to try to get people to help me to buy a new one. I've got like £50, I think, towards buying a new one, but the new one I want is like £260, and I don't have £260. I think someone asked me to put the link up again if I was to do a stream tonight. So I'll find a link. Somewhere around here. What's it called? Can't find a damn thing. Someone asked me to put a GoFundMe up when I do a minute stream. I can't find the fucking thing now. Oh, I found it. Can't remember who it was, but no, it is. No, I ain't asking to say, but you know, if I don't ask, you don't receive. You know, and, Elizabeth McHugh gave me a £10 donation yesterday. I've had Mary, Baby Mary, give me 20. Christy Taylor 10, Elizabeth 10. I'm not, you know, like making you do it. You only do it at your own free will. Anyone who does do it, I appreciate your help. So like a couple of years ago when I got the help with me spiritual drawing, which I will be doing again sometime. I just heard 2 knocks. Like ones went. Who knocked? Can you knock again? A bit louder. It ain't me. Can you knock again? It's right behind me. Come from over here. That's weird. These fucking cops are working now. They weren't working the other night. That's really weird. These clocks were not working the other night, and now they're working. Very strange. Very strange. I actually smelled burning in here earlier today. I found out what it was. My fan, which I use, this one, it suddenly got stuck. And the fan wasn't rotating. And yeah, it's making the motor burn. And you see, it just doesn't want to work now. It wasn't making that much noise, but that don't work. I broke 3 things today. I broke that. Well, I didn't break it, it stopped working. The plasma ball I had last night, that fell on the floor and smashed to pieces. So I've had to order another little plasma ball for £10. And the leg on this broke off. So I've had to super glue that on. So I've repaired that, but the plasma ball completely shattered. I should get another one tomorrow because I've got it off Amazon, which is next day Prime account. If it turns up, and the fan, well, it ain't working anymore. But I've got another one over the back there. You can see. I want to do some more experiments with the plasma ball when it comes next tomorrow. Not going to do a stream tomorrow, I don't think, but when it does come, I'll probably think about doing. I thought I just saw a shadow go straight across there then. And let's see if I saw it on YouTube. Oh, hang on. That's weird. Didn't see it on YouTube, but I'm sure I saw it with my own eyes. I'm also seeing like white flashes over in the mirror. Saw another 2 today. Now, that could just be like some kind of reflection. And it's not reflection on the mirror, it's actually beside the mirror. I've seen it near the crucifix. Over there. Bit where the green hulky kind of like picture thing is. It came from over this bit. Hang on a minute. Got to sleep. It's not going to work. Why don't we do it? No, why don't we do it? But where that picture is over near that oval window mirror, it came from there twice today. Well, yesterday. Now it's like Wednesday. It's not scary, but it's kind of startling because you think, well, what the fuck was that, kind of thing. And, there ain't no reflection from outside. There weren't no car lights or nothing because it's like about 7, 8 o'clock time. And I saw it with my own eyes and I think, well, what's that? That's about 5 times I've seen it in the last few days now. It's a portal. We don't know. I know I've got several portals in here, but three things I broke today. Well, I'm not saying I broke the fan. You know, the fan could just have gone by itself, you know, kind of thing. But the plasma ball, I moved, and it slid off the top of the printer and crashed down onto that skeleton thing, and broke the leg of the skeleton thing, shattered the glass on the plasma ball. So I don't know, you know, that's probably my own stupidity or something, probably. Or it could have been something paranormal, you know, that could have like knocked the plasma ball down. Not saying it is, not saying it isn't, but you don't know. Weird things happen. And by the way, guys, please go and check out Truth Life Paranormal. Click on his link and go and subscribe to him, please, because he's done it to me. So, you know, good person. He does haunted dolls as well as I do. We're going to try and do a stream next couple of weeks' time. You know, we could do one on my stream and then give it a week and then go and do one on each stream. So, you know, we're going to try to get the viewers from both our streams to come on each of our streams to do it. I won't be able to do it this week. Not sure about next week, but I'll let you know. But we probably try to do a doll session or something. See if our dolls can communicate. That'd be interesting. See if our doll spirits are able to communicate with these dolls, and these dolls communicate with my dolls. And also ask kind of questions on the ghost box. I'll ask questions on his ghost box while he asks questions on my ghost box. And maybe I could probably do a Ouija board and try to find out anything about his doll spirits. Now, the thing is, every time we get a doll here, sometimes we're given a name of a possible spirit that may be already attached to that doll. Now, the thing is, we're taking that in. Yeah, okay, so like, you know, let's say I've got a doll here now, and they say, well, that was Alicia Lamb's doll, you know, at one time, yeah? And maybe Alicia Lamb's spirit's attached to it. Now, how do we know that? We don't. Well, let's say we've got a doll which has got a name called, like, Susan Brooks. Just the name I made up, Susan Brooks. She died in the fire, you know. There was a house fire. Funny that I'm saying house fire. I've done like a few sessions where I've had like spirits died in fire. Well, am I talking about fires all the time? But anyway, let's say like Susan Brooks died in the fire, you know, 1967. You know, she was the only person at home, the only daughter of a wealthy person, you know, kind of thing. And we get this information given to us because that's what the background story is all about. You know, maybe it's a true background story, we don't know. But there could be something completely different. Her name might not be Susan. It could be like Jennifer Riggs or something, you know. So, you know, we might be given information which may not even be correct. We're just like going with that story. And if we were able to like communicate with a doll, spirit doll, if there is a spirit in the doll, that spirit might be willing enough to give us the true story. And like, you know, I've done like many sessions with dolls, but I've known nothing about, you know, whatsoever. Rose gave me dolls, and she said that, you know, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie is his real name. Clown doll. He worked in a circus. Died of a heart attack, I think he said. So some of the stories on some of the dolls, you know, are right, you know, kind of accurate. But some stories can be twisted. Some stories can just be made up. And many dolls that I've got, I knew nothing about, because a lot of the dolls I've got from the charity shop, or a couple have been given to me, and I've had to do like either a Ouija board or a pendulum. And what I get from the Ouija board or the pendulum is what Abby's telling me, because Abby's getting information from the spirit that may be attached to the doll. Now, even though like Abby will say, well, like, oh, the spirit on this doll is like Jennifer Riggs, you know, she's like 22. She died in a car accident. Highway 66, you know, in America, blah, 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 you know. You know, she might say, well, she was on the way to a party or on the way to a wedding or something, yeah. We get that, like, little bit of information about the spirit and what they was doing, and how they died, and how old they were. Sometimes we get told that they were married, if they had kids or whatever. So more of a story they give us, more interesting. But sometimes the spirit may tell you a part of the story which is true, but not actually give you their real name. So Jenny Riggs might not even be her real name. She might be like Susan Downing. And she's using that name because she don't want to give out a real name, you know. But what I don't understand is that if they're going to tell you some information, why don't they give you the full truth information instead of like making up bits and pieces? As some spirits will do that. They want to hide their identity, but they don't want to be forgiven. Forget them, not forgiven, forget them. So that's why they allow us to communicate with them. That's why they communicate back with us. That's why they give us activity. And maybe some of them dolls are like kind of pissed off because the way they died. You know, they don't realise they died. And that's why they give us the activity sometimes. And maybe they might be a spirit who don't want to give no activity, but when you ask them nicely, you might think, oh, fuck's sake, you know. Well, he's let us into his home, you know. He's given us a place to live, you know, possibly loved and looked after. Hey, you know, let's do a little bit of activity for them time to time, just to shut them up and keep them off our back, you know, kind of thing. And you won't provoke us, and, you know, we do a little bit time to time. It keep him happy. You know, and that does keep us happy because, like, you know, we're not, we're not forcing them to do things. They do it at their own free will. Even the bad ones, you know, will do it at their own free will. You know, we're not going to say, well, okay, Mr. Demon, come out and like wrap my table today, you know. Throw something across the room. They're not going to do it on your request all the time. No, they're going to fucking do it when they want to do it. If they were pissed, you know, they are really pissed off, screwed up, fucking bad, evil ass spirit. They don't like you and they want to fucking give you hell. They will do. You don't have to ask them, they fucking do it. I'll tell you that for one thing, yeah. And I've had some really crazy stuff happen here. You know, you don't need to provoke them. I don't like provoking as it is, as you know, but there's been times where it's been very quiet, you know, it's getting boring. People complaining. I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, you know, do something. Just stop these people moaning and groaning and make me feel a bit more happy. Do something. Suddenly, K2 meter might go off, or one of the other devices, or you might hear a little rattle or a tap or something, or, you know, some other kind of thing might happen. But you don't really want to piss them off, because if you piss them off, then that's where, you know, shit can really start hitting the fan. And I don't want that happening. I've had enough shit happening as it is. But you never know, you know. Depends on how much longer I'll be doing this for. You know, they told me I'll probably do this till the day I'll die. So I've asked them when I'm going to die, and they said, well, maybe that year, you know, you might live up to 100 years old. Am I going to actually be doing this up to my 100-year age? You know, I don't know, but let's say I'll do this for another 10, 20 years. What other kind of crazy shit can happen to me? Am I actually still going to confront that demon, which they said I'm going to do? Hey, they said I'm going to confront not just one, but several. So if I'm going to confront several, that means I'm going to be doing this for another 10 20 years. As long as I'm alive and kicking. And yeah, if I die, I'll try to come back and give you some activity. I'll try to like give you some of the evidence that you want. If I'm allowed to. Well, anyway, I think I've blabbed enough again tonight. Not doing no ghost box or EVPs or anything tonight. I just wanted to let you know, give you another bit of an update on the possessions and attacks I've had, and some of the crazy shit I've gone through, and some of the crazy stuff that's happened. So I hope it's kind of like go some of that information enjoyable. Let's do a few shout outs. Hello, Godfella. You was on Taylor's. Welcome. Thanks for coming through. Crimson Tide. I'm going to read some of the comments. And when we got tired of the procession, man blows weed smoke out. Beth, need to jump off. Okay, if you're gone. I think it's Chris. Jerry. Truth Seeker. Of course, Aaron and Tyler. Danny, welcome. No one from Tyler's stream. Who's there? Oh, what's that popped up? New version available. Malware fire. Oh, dominate. Oh, this is here. It's gone down. You know, the thing is, like, when you're doing this as well, when you're doing all this kind of stuff, you know, you don't know what you're open to. I know Tyler said that he sometimes invites spirits back. I've been warned by Abby not to invite spirits back because you don't know what you're going to bring back with you. I know that we're trying to, like, you know, research and, you know, and if we bring back some badass motherfucking, like, ill spirit back with us, you know, we're going to get that negativity. We're going to get some kind of communication from them. Definitely going to experience something from them anyway, you know, activity-wise or attacks or whatever. I've invited a few spirits back and Abby's been a bit upset about it. But when you get followed, you know, home, then you don't realise that you've been followed home. Even if you go to a cemetery and you say, like, you know, I've done this session, right, I thank you, spirits, for communicating with us, you know, I'm now to leave. You're not allowed to follow me back. You know, in the Lord's name, I command you to stay behind where you belong. And, you know, you do a quick prayer. Sometimes I like do a row of white salt, table salt, as, like, you know, stopping them crossing that boundary. But the only ones that are going to stop is the bad ones, I think. No, some of the good ones, if they want to follow you home, they will do. They find a way to follow you home. And I've had spirits follow me home from cemeteries, from the common, even from, you know, my magnet fishing adventures, from the rivers, you know, and lakes. And no, that's when I'm doing me magnet fishing. I'm not even doing like anything paranormal. I'm just going out, throwing my magnet in the water and seeing what I can find, you know, what metal treasures. But I've had people, spirit people, follow me home. Now, some people say, well, why haven't you sensed that? You know, if you're into paranormal, surely you must have sensed it. No. So I'm not concentrating on the paranormal. I'm concentrating in the magnet fishing. I'm concentrating in getting back home so I can get home, have something to eat and drink and sit back and relax. I'm not concentrating on who may be following me home. I won't know who has followed me home until I do my next paranormal stream. And then they might turn around and say, well, you know, spirit followed you home. Like Donald, for instance, you know, he used to work on with a Wandle. And she said, he's followed you home and he wants to stay around because he likes what you're doing. And he wants to, like, go on trips with you. And he's going to, like, be there to help you and protect you and save you from falling in the water. And several times when I've been doing this, I've nearly fell in the River Thames or in the lake, and it felt like someone's just, like, grabbed me and pulled me back. Now, I actually class Donald as a spirit protector now because, as I say, a couple of times I felt like I was going to fall in the river. I even tripped over my own fucking rope the other day, and I felt like I was going to go flying in, but something pulled me back. So I do think, like, you know, if they like you and they want to help you, they will do. And I asked Donald if he wants to follow me around, feel free to. And if he wants to be like a protector towards me, then that's great. And he was, yeah, you know, I'll be happy with that. Now you got Donald's name on EVP and on Ghostbox. So, you know, you can't be making up a name and suddenly getting on Ghostbox and EVP that same night. So, you know, and how did I know his name is Donald? Because Abby told me on the Ouija board. He's a bit of a quiet person. He's not very talkative. But he used to, like, you know, take a lot of care trying to keep the rivers clean and tidy, and picking up trash off the floor and putting it in, like, you know, a bin liner and putting it in the trash bin or something, yeah. But he suddenly died of an heart attack and stroke, I think it was. And, you know, he's been lingering around along that particular part where I've been several times, and seems like, you know, he's somehow connected to me and knew that I was into the paranormal and decided to follow me home. And I didn't know he'd follow me home until, as I say, like, Abby told me. And I'm okay with him, you know, being here. Abby's okay with him being here. If for any time that someone off the bed, cat's getting a bit cranky now, something's around. When I'm actually, like, being followed home, you know, I'm not inviting them home. I'm not asking them to come home. I have in the past, but I've been told not to, so I won't ask them. But you can always be followed home, although you don't realise you're being followed home. And if Abby thinks it's something bad, she'll tell me. No, she'll tell me in my mind's eye. And some people say, well, if you think someone's talking to you, you know, you're crazy. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I need to be locked up in a lunatic asylum. But no, she needs to tell me something. She'll let me know. And luckily, most of the spirits that had followed me home have either, well, they have been good spirits, put it that way. But they've only followed me home because they want to see who I am, what I do, and where I live. And once they know what I do, and they've watched me for a while, they just go back from where they came from. So, you know, I don't think I'm in any particular danger of being followed home, but there probably might be that occasional occurrence where I could be in danger of being followed home. You know, I won't invite spirits to come home with me from cemeteries, not like Tyler's doing. That can be a bit dicey. But as you said, you know, if you're going to do the paranormal, you know, you take chances, and whatever follows you home, you know, you're going to get some kind of activity from them, surely. Well, yeah. But I'm not willing to go and do cemetery work and say, well, hey, you know, any spirits want to come home with me tonight, you know, come home. Because you don't know what you're bringing home. You could be bringing home something dark, evil, and demonic. Or you could be playing, you know, you could be bringing someone home which is just a nice, kind, individual spirit. Or you might be some, you know, a mischievous spirit, or even someone playful, like some little kids or something. But even kids can be like little fuckers. You know, you may think that, you know, hearing little laughters and things being moved around a little bit, kind of thing. Kids might not be kids. They might be something dark, demonic, making them look like they're playful kids. So, be wary. Please be careful, Tyler. And I want you getting possessed on the way home. I know your house been tipped upside down from something you brought home. Yeah, we all need to do things to, for the name of investigation. But the thing is, like, what I've been told by my spirit share is that when you've been doing it for a certain amount of time, your name gets around in the spirit world. That's why we hear it on the ghost box a lot. How many times did you hear Steve? I'm not saying they was calling my name Steve, but we heard Steve being mentioned on your ghost box, good several times, maybe a dozen times, yeah. Maybe my spirits went to your spirits and they was talking about me by mentioning my name. Because I've even asked them in the past, once you get to know me, do you tell other spirits about us? Yeah, of course we do. Right, okay. Do you tell them a lot about us? Well, we tell them enough, and let them know that you're a good person. And, if you want to go and talk to the guy, I'm pretty sure you're going to be willing and able to like to listen to you. I think, well, that's cool. So I've been doing this for 5 years. How many spirits know me across the spirit world? Couple of hundred, couple of thousand, couple of 100,000, a million? I don't know. I like to know. And another thing is, I said to people, like on the spirit box, I said, especially the ones like, I spoke on the Ouija board. They said, well, when your time comes, Steve, it'd be nice to meet up and say hello to you. Thanks for talking to us. And I said, yeah, when my time comes, you want to meet up and say hello, that'd be great. So really, if I've helped out, like 10,000 people, does it mean that 10,000 spirits are going to be waiting the other side for me to, just surround me and say, hey, Steve, thanks for helping us out, great on you, and start tapping him on the shoulder. For I know, I could be like someone special in the spirit world right now. I don't know. I'm not saying I am. I'm not trying to be big-headed, but I do believe I've helped out quite a lot of spirits. There's one particular person who's not around anymore, but she helped me with my abilities. And she actually said one particular night I helped over 500 spirits. She said, seriously, she said she sensed that I helped over 500 spirits cross over to the light in one night. I said, well, how the hell did I do that? She goes, because spirits come, they flock to you, you're on that ley line, I've got like 6, 7 cemeteries around me, within 5, 6 miles away. I've got 2 in Streatham, got 2 here, just 3 minutes walk away from me. Wait, 3 minutes walk away, 2 cemeteries. And I believe a few of those keep coming popping over. I had one here last night from 2 here from over there last night talking to. South Norwood is another one. 2 in Malden. There's another one near me. It's about, well, if I walked it, it'd be about 20 minutes. Well, I could get there roughly in about 10 minutes on public transport. So that's 2, 4, about 7 in a 5-mile radius. And there's been other cemeteries I've been to. So, like, if you're talking to spirits in a cemetery and they like you, let's just say, like, there's a cemetery with like 500 graves there, yeah? And you go there and you're doing a session. There might be, 10, 20, 30 spirits roaming around, and you might get the odd couple that may see what you're doing. They're not going to harm you. They're just like kind of like interested in what you're doing. They're sitting there watching. They're not going to creep up to you and pat you on the shoulder and go, boo. They're just interested in what you're doing. And once you've finished, you know, every time more spirits come out of their, you know, little hiding places, those spirits will probably start talking about you. And once they've told them, they're going to other spirits. And, you know, it's just going to be spreading around that whole cemetery. You know, oh, did you know some guy come up here? You know, some human started doing a ghost box session and start talking to us really nicely. Good chap he was, you know. Very nice young man. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice to know. Then that spirit he's just told we're going to another spirit, and that spirit will to another, and it'd probably be around the whole fucking cemetery within a week, you know, kind of thing. Oh, what's his name? Tyler. Oh, let's have to keep an eye out for him. You know, if he comes again, we'll have to say hello to him on his ghost box, or EVP, or, you know, go and tap on the shoulder or something, or, you know, they get to know you. They definitely get to know you. You know, even when, you know, you're doing your ghost box sessions, yeah, and you're talking to spirits, how do we know that they're not actually communicating with you and then going through, you know, whatever ways they do to talk to other spirits on the ghost box? So, like, you know, let's say, like, you hear the name, for instance, Pete tonight. We heard Pete many times tonight, didn't we? So let's say, you know, we heard Pete. Pete will go and tell Tom. Tom will go and tell Ed. That's another name we heard, Ed. I heard Julia. So, you know, let's just say 5 names we heard, yeah. Those 5 people, names we heard, could be going and talking to another 20, 30, 40, 50 people. And they just continue talking to more and more people. Now, it's like when you move into a new location, you meet your neighbours. Your neighbour talks to another neighbour talks to another neighbour. You know, your name just gets around, and that's what's happening. Yeah, well, it depends. It depends on how many people, spirit people, are awake at night time. You know, I know it's probably more is active at night time, but, you know, don't get it's more active at daytime as well. You know, because there's been a lot of stories about people seeing and hearing things during the daytime. Now, I've seen some crazy stuff in cemeteries at night time, night and daytime. I've even caught one picture. There's one picture I caught in a cemetery at Garrett Lane. I don't know where the picture is now. It might have got destroyed on my 2 hard drive crashes. But there's one photo I took, and right down the bottom there's like a very long crypt, kind of like grave. And in between where I was and that crypt, there was one person not far from me, kneeling down, praying at a grave. There's a person kind of like peeking behind a tree. Then down where the crypt was, you could see another 2 people. These are spirit people, one on that side and one on that side. If they was like facing over the conversation. On the far left side, you could see like 2 people facing each other if they was having a conversation as well there. And a little bit further up on the left, there was another spirit. So there's about 6, 7 spirits I actually caught on one photo. Now, I didn't see it with my own eyes. The camera picked it up. You could actually make out that there was these figures there. And the weirdest thing is there wasn't no one living person around that area. But you could see these like spirit people. And let me just quickly go on to say, yeah. You know, I've had some real amazing photos. Actually be on my Facebook. I'm just going to quickly find a picture and screen share what I'm trying to explain. Tammy, what are you doing? Anyway. Where's my photos? I want to try to find a picture of a location I went to. I've got so many photos on my Facebook. Albums. I don't know if I'm going to find it actually. Because I've got like so many albums. And there's one album here with over 700 photos. No, I won't be surprised if it's in there actually. Is that the one where I did see picture? I ain't going to look for that photo yet, but I'm going to show you some of the pictures of the scratches I've had in the past. So there's a scratch there I had, right there. There's the there's scratches there, and these weren't self-inflicted. These were like all done. Yeah, there's the Z one kind of thing. Yeah, look, this is the Z one, right? The backwards Z. Can you see that? That kind of like freaked me out a little bit. There's supposed to be 700 photos here. Where are they all? They were dead Foreman Brothers t-shirt I got off them. Built them out with some equipment I sent them. Paranormal bloody cat. These are some ghost boxes. Sony radios I hacked into ghost boxes. That is no one I hacked. That one's no one I hacked. My kids. Oh, it's smelling here. I think the cat's done it poop. Videos. Right, come up to the cemetery ones. Some of my equipment. Fishing. Still loading up more. I don't know if I can find it. But there's a particular photo I want to show you of a building in one of the cemeteries. And it's like it's now like a school building for kids. But well, I took photos. There was like a lot of different weird people there. Catch down a smelly one. I'm going to sort that out in a minute. It stinks. These are where I've done these soldiers coming home, like live events and other things like the Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy and Jack the Ripper. These are the streams we did. Old lady, can you see that old lady there? Kind of like bending over with her hands. That's in that mirror in the living room. My spirit drawings. There's a man there. These are like pictures of in the living room. That's when we did the Halloween dress up thing. Oh, I've got to show you this one. This one is when we done Kenny's, the black girl who had activity in her house and she wanted it. I'm doing a photo session. Let me do it this way. I'm doing a photo session. And I don't know if you see that, but there was no one in the house whatsoever, apart from me and Kenny. She's got a black son, but he wasn't there. I'm taking photos of this mirror because she said, like, since she got the mirror, she was getting a lot more activity. I asked her to give me the mirror, but she gave it to her friend instead. But you can see there's a little boy standing right next to me there. I did not know he was there. I didn't sense him, nothing. It's only when I got home, you can see a little boy there. And then you can see someone peeking out there, like a little head there. Then there's someone standing there near the bathroom. In the bathroom, there wasn't no one in there. But this little boy here, that's Dexter. And I said to him, if you want to come home with me, after we'd done this cleansing, come home with me. And he did. Abby wasn't too keen about it, but, she knew he was a good kid. Stay. Right. This is the photo, right? This is one of the photos. Now, this is the story of a lady, a Victorian lady, that's been seen in a cemetery, headless. Now, this is the Victorian lady. I think I actually caught it because this is the lady here with the long dress, but look, there's no head. What you're seeing now is a dark part of the reflection of the headstone. But look, that's the dress, that's her arm, her dress, her leg, and there's no damn head there. And that was crazy when I caught that. This one is the first ever photo I took in a cemetery. And you see there's a man there with a black hat and a black cloak or coat. His arms kind of like stretched out as he's like walking. And that's his hand. Now, we believe that is one of the undertakers that used to patrol the cemetery in the late 1800s, early 1900s. That's the first ever photo I took. And I just, after I realised here, you see like a picture of a man's head there. Now, there weren't no one there. I was the only one in that area. Because that was taken This is the original photo. This is the original. And that's why I thought, hang on, what's that there? And I zoomed in, and this is what I saw. Now, I actually underlined it: black cloak, hat, face, arm and body, leg. And I was kind of like, well, what the fuck is that? And I put it on Facebook, and someone said to me, that's an undertaker from the late 1800s, early 1900s. Now, that had this lady one, yeah? This is the same cemetery where the church is. Now, can you see that picture of a lady there? You see the head? It's definitely a lady. The weirdest thing is, you can't look into that church window. It's boarded up. That is completely boarded, those windows, and you can see a person standing there. Now, I'm trying to find out where that church is, so I'm going back up there. Now, this is the other one I was talking about, which I've been trying to find. These ones. You see like a face there. Looks like someone with a cap, white cap. And then this one. You got like a face there, face there, face there, and face there. Now the thing is, that's in between two floors. There is no way to stand there. So they must have been fucking floating levitation spirits. This one here is in the cemetery just around the corner to me. See someone in a black cloak or black kind of like gown. You just about to see his head there. It looks like got a top hat. And that's in between the Jewish cemetery and the other big cemetery. I don't think you can see all that well, but another one in the same cemetery. See like a little childlike figure there. Where it says face, there's actually a face of a lady with a child, right? There's a dark figure there, and there's like the shape of a body up there as well. That's in the cemetery around the corner to me. Now, I caught quite a few photos in that one. Another cemetery I was in, all by myself, picked up this figure. No one was there. So that's another figure I picked up. Another one. No one around me whatsoever. And I pick up this female apparition. Oops. Right there. Just cut them more, then I'll stop. Some more of that building. Now this one freaked me out because this is the same building. And look at this. I call her the White Lady because it is like a lady wearing all white and looks like she's got a veil. One of those veil things across her face. Then you can see a man's face there. Now this is the lady with the red lipstick I said about last night. Now, I can't zoom it in, I don't think. No, I won't go any further. I can't even zoom in. But you can see She's got like a head, her hair done up in like the 40s. See the eye there, nose, and red lipstick. I call her the 40 ladies, or the 40 lady. Oh yeah, this is when I first started taking pictures around near my area where I used to live before I got made homeless. So I'm taking a picture of this like rose bush down here. And I can see a few wolves flying around. And then all of a sudden that rose bush starts getting bigger. It shouldn't have done. Then the next minute, it's even bigger. And you can see like leg, hand. And you just about make out a bit of a facial head there. An arm, hand, leg, hand. That was kind of creepy. Because that was the first ever one I think I caught on the road outside. My little hamster Reggie. Right, for nearly 7 years. Now it's his wife. Can't remember her name. She lived for about 5 years. Little sod she was though. She enough gave you a bite when she wanted to. Oh, Reggie, I named him after my uncle who died. He was a tame little bugger. He was. I loved that little hamster. I was always wondering if he might come and visit me from the animal spirit world, but he never did. Not that I noticed. That's me on my little uniform thing, which I bought because I was doing a lot of military. I was getting a lot of military spirits coming through on Ghostbox. So I bought a tunic and a World War II helmet and some military medals. Now there's a African style there, and that is actually haunted by the name of a spirit called Charlie, who fought in Debunking, Africa. And when I was doing that stream, 2 people had a right go at me, saying no, I shouldn't be doing that. I was out of order, blah, blah, blah. And I actually was in the army when I was younger. I was in the Army Cadets. My dad was in the army. So there's been a few crazy photos I've taken. Right, I'm going to just quickly sort out what the cat's done, and I'm going to end the stream in a minute. So I need to get some sleep. I'm getting tired. I'm on a digging cat. Shut the fucking floor again. What's wrong with you? Stupid ass. You fucking shit on the floor. You fucking stay out here now, you stink ass shit. That's why you went in your bed, innit, eh? Because you know you fucking done wrong. What's the air freshener? Tell that fucking cat's getting on my bloody tits again. Sure, she's stupid. There's a great big like dirt box out there about that big, right? For her to shit and piss in. She'll piss in it, but when she shits on the floor, not in the dirt box. Fucking do my head in, she is. I know it's only a bit of an old rag, but it's rather annoying when you got to keep scooting the damn shit up all the time. Right, anyway, guys, I'm going to shoot off now, yeah? Thanks for jumping in. Appreciate it. Don't forget and go and check out and subscribe and like to Truth Life Paranormal. Tyler. No. That's cat will do anything, you know. She used to do it all the time, you know, pee in one part of the box and crap in the other part of the box. She's just been a pain in the arse. Made me want to do more work, you know. If it weren't because I loved her so much, you know, being a paranormal, it's not, you know, I love her, you know, she can sense things, you know, like, you know, cats and dogs do, so they have a very high standard of sense than we do, you know, and sometimes, you know, when I'm watching her, you can see that there's something interacting with her. Now, if I got rid of her, I wouldn't get any of that. I wouldn't know if there is something in her or not. So, you know, that's the only reason I'm keeping in my way, I suppose. I know it seems a bit nasty, but, you know. Anyway, guys, I'm getting tired. It's 1:25. It's been a long stream again. I hope that some of the info has been interesting to you. Check out the links down below. I'll quickly edit that in a minute and put Truth and Life Paranormal channel. Edit. Alright, I've just edited the little bit below where I've got my 2 channels up, but the full length part of the possession video, then the smaller video with the DVR where I'm sitting there burning my hand and being really weird. Then underneath that, I've just put please check out Truth and Life Paranormal channel. So you can go and check him out and subscribe to him and thumbs him up, and that'd be cool. Actually, I'll put Truth and it's supposed to be Truth and Life Paranormal. Right, guys, so I'm going to go now. Again, in the future, maybe a couple of weeks' time, me and Tyler, Truth and Life Paranormal, will team up and do a couple of streams together, one on mine, one on these, if he's up to it. Do some doll sessions, EVPs, ghost box, Ouija board. I don't know if he's into Ouija board, but I'm going to do one here if he wants me to. And we'll just see how it goes. All right, good night, God bless. Don't have nightmares, sleep well. And if you are trying to be communicated with, don't think it's going to be negative. It can always be positive. It's up to you. You want to communicate with them. If you don't want to communicate with them, just ignore them. Because if you try to actually even communicate with them, saying, I don't want to know who you are, I don't want to talk to you, you are communicating with them in your own way. Just try to ignore any kind of like unusual activity. You know, think of your loved ones, think of like your family, love, fun, happiness, and I suppose eventually they may just like leave you alone if you're not going to, you know, as long as you don't acknowledge them and try to communicate with them back, they will probably leave eventually. So take it easy. Good night. God bless. Catch you later.